Let's talk about spiritual gifts given from source that's embedded in your DNA that is made to awaken either as soon as you're born or later in life as you change your DNA, and then it eventually will open it. But anyway, there's a lot of different types of gifts that are given to us here. Gifts that some people would think aren't even real, that isn't even humanly possible. Uh, some of these gifts are like seeing other spirits. Some people can feel when the spirits are close to them. Some of these gifts are healing others. You can feel where the buildup of density is and you can relieve that pain. I've seen people do Reiki healing, things like that, and actually heal people. You know, some people have, of course, you can just obviously see the ability to make music, and not just music, the ability to make music that heals. So that's another gift in itself. Some people are channelers, and that is what I am. I can hear other spirits, and sometimes they be talking. So they be talking in these videos too to help you all out too. So that's how that works. Some people got they're channelers, they can hear other spirits. Some people can straight up connect to you, like in a psychic way, connect to something that is yours and be able to tap into your relatives, or maybe something of your relatives and tap into them that way. But you can channel people in, and there's different ways they do it. But and that can even mean tarot. Tarot is a form of channeling, but it's a different form of channeling. It's not the same. It's a lot more, I'd say, detailed. Yeah, I'd say it's a lot more detailed is the way to best say it and explain it. But yeah, there's plenty. There's definitely things I'm not thinking of right now. I know there's definitely I think that's what it is. Yeah, telekinesis, where people can read minds. That's definitely a real thing. There's astral projection. There's people that can go to sleep and physically go places. Like, I've met someone personally that was actually a Christian, and she didn't fully understand what she was experiencing. She thought it was just a dream. And she told me it happened multiple times where she lived in a household, and she was the mom of the household. So she would go to sleep and she would wake up in her house, and she said that she could see herself. She would walk around the house and see her kids sleeping. And she said she would just walk around the house or something, and then until she just woke up. I don't know. There's some crazy abilities out here. There's some beautiful things embedded in our DNA. There's some beautiful things that we still cannot explain fully. Like when you talk about quantum physics and you talk about the unit of short measure, this by itself explains that human observation changes everything. Normally with no human observation and just recording, you can track where the atoms go at all times. It's either left or right or up and down. When a human is watching this atom, the observation, everything changes. The experiment changes. Now, instead of being predictable, it is now unpredictable. So our observation, our energy going into it can change things. How we think, our mental energy, that stuff plays into stuff. So there is a lot of things that people can get as gifts. There's Midas touch. Maybe people just know how to turn anything into gold. There's all types of gifts out here. So I just wanted that to be said. You might not believe it, and if you don't, this video is not for you, and you probably didn't make it this far anyway. But for the ones that made it this far, you all know, you all have seen it, you've all experienced, and some of you all have it in you right now. You just haven't found it yet. So it's all love, everyone. I want everyone to know that. Embrace your gifts. It doesn't make you less of a person. If anything, it makes you more spiritually aware than most are. Excuse me. But yeah, so yep, that's all I got. Y'all have a good day. I'm out.